Hey guys, do you know the famous speech that Martin Luther King did?
I have a dream.
Oh, so good.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. cared about all Americans. He cared about people all over the world, and people all over the world admired him. In 1964, he won the Nobel Peace Prize. He won it because he taught others to fight with words, not fists.
His big words are alive for us today. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. Love is the key to problems in the world.
His big words are alive for us today.
Martin Luther King Jr. was a gifted student. He skipped 2 grades in high school and started college at age 15.
In 1964, Martin Luther King Jr. became the youngest person to win the Nobel Peace Prize.
One of his main influences was Gandhi. Gandhi taught people about nonviolent protests.
Martin Luther King Jr. was a civil rights activist for people of color, and yeah.
Martin Luther King never chose fear, but always stood up for civil rights.
Martin Luther King has gotten arrested 29 times.
Martin Luther King entered college when he was 15 years old. Martin Luther King's original name was Michael Luther.
Martin Luther King Jr. gave the speech.
Martin Luther King was born on January 15, 1929 and was married to Coretta Scott King. Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech was improvised. Martin Luther King Jr. was named after Martin Luther of the Lutheran Church.
Martin Luther King, he had a dream. He wanted white kids and black kids to be able to come together so his daughter could play with the other white kids, so it wasn't segregated off from each other, so everyone had rights.
Martin Luther King wrote 5 books.
Martin Luther King was a man who fought for equality and also has a famous quote that starts with, "I had a dream."
I think Martin Luther King Day is important for many reasons. He was obviously a leader, so I think it means that we all have the ability to lead our own lives. And I feel like we all need to be grateful for what we have because we have so much and this school offers us so much, and I feel like we just need to give back to it.
Martin Luther King Day is important to me because it reminds me that no matter how bad things feel socially, there's always somebody who's going to be fighting for you.
Because everyone deserves equal rights and the same chance to have a good life as each other.
MLK Day is important because it honors the legacy and actions of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He was a famous and passionate civil rights activist who fought for equality for everyone.
MLK Day means to observe someone, a leader, who is able to stand up for people who couldn't stand up for themselves.
I think Martin Luther King Day is important as it inspires us to make the world a better place. It also commemorates his life and his work.
So I think that Martin Luther King Day is important because I think it shows that you can still make a difference in the world, even if it's small. Even if you feel like you can't do anything, just donating clothes or something. So I think that it's a good reminder of that.
I think MLK Day is important because it helps reflect the struggle on equality in America.
Martin Luther King Jr. Day is really important because it remembers Martin Luther King Jr., a very big civil rights activist, and shows us that you should not judge people by how they look.
MLK Day is important because it honors Dr. King's legacy and his efforts to end segregation while also hoping to promote justice.
Martin Luther King Jr. Day is important to show appreciation for someone who appreciated everyone.
MLK Day is a day when we honor a man who's done a lot for America in the way of being more inclusive and letting more people be free.
I think Martin Luther King Day is important because it honors Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy and his efforts in advocating for equal rights.
The importance of Martin Luther King Jr. Day is to show selflessness.
Martin Luther King Day is important because it's a constant reminder to always advocate for yourself and others.
Martin Luther King Day is important because it's a time to promote equality and reflect on the importance of community service.
In my opinion, Martin Luther King Jr. Day is important because it shows not only the progress that America has made in its civil rights history, but it also serves as a reminder that we still have much distance to travel. It is not merely an acceptance of the past and a milestone as we've did it, but it's saying we've done this and we still have that much more distance to go.